Yeah, I'm sorry. Just the pacing on this is really off. I mean, the instrumentation does sound grand, but simultaneously it feels like I'm entering into aging Prague or Narnia, and I just don't want to be here. I just don't really want to be here. Let me play some of this Knocked Loose. Maybe that's more my speed. I'll put out a few tracks from it at least. Oi, mate, she fucking hates you. Wow. Okay. I'll say this. I know I was very complimentary to that before we turned it on, but that sounded much better on my laptop speakers before when I was kind of previewing it before I listened to it here with you guys. Again, I like the influences going into it, and people were really like quick to point them out, and similarities as well. Bands like the Wombats or bands like the Smiths, for example, and maybe a little bit of Strokes in there as well. And I hear that, and I like those bands, and I like the aspects of those groups that turn up in this, but it's so sloppy. It's just a little too sloppy. It's not sloppy in an exciting punk like get in the fucking pit and fuck shit up kind of way. It's just really sloppy in a not endearing kind of way, and sloppy in terms of the performance, sloppy in terms of the mix wasn't flattering, especially to the vocalist. Like I feel like the vocalist kind of in terms of volume just swallowed everything else going on in the song, even though the guitars and drums were chaotically playing their fucking ass off. Yeah, that was just a little bit too far on the sloppy spectrum, honestly. And some of the lyrics were just not it either. But hey, that's the breaks. It was a little indie, it was a little punk, but I think the band needs to. It's not a bad start. They need to tighten up. There needs to be some tightening, a little bit of a tightening of what's going on here, and I think it would go down a lot smoother. Just a slight tightening. Listen. I'm gonna talk about this. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this. But before I do, I'm gonna rewind this. We need to re-listen to a certain part. Are there any anime nerds in chat? Are there any anime nerds in chat tonight? Any real, like, you don't even have to be like a deep anime nerd, just like a little bit of an anime nerd, like because honestly, like if you know the anime I'm talking about, you're not that like I'm maybe a level 1, All right, so like I know I'm about to say something kind of cringe here or admit something kind of cringe, but listen, I have like acute because of my ADHD stuff. I have like acute dyslexia stuff, so listen. Sometimes subtitles are hard for your boy. Okay, sometimes subtitles are hard. So like, if I can, I do watch some dubbed anime. Okay, if I'm watching anime, I do often watch a dubbed anime. Okay, all right. So listen. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. But with that being said, if you've ever watched the dubbed anime of Death Note, and it is pretty good. I've heard some bad dub acting, but the dub acting on the Death Note is pretty good. The English dub is pretty good. So listen, tell me, does this guy singing at the front end of this song not sound like the guy that does the Light Yagami dub? Like it sounds like Light Yagami singing it. It just sounds like Light Yagami. It just sounds like Light to me. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of people that kind of agree, but yeah, it's. I don't know why the cleans on this song sound like the English dub of Light Yagami and Death Note, but they kind of do. But anyway, yeah, that was terrible. That was probably one of the worst songs we're gonna hear tonight. Horrorwood, like I mean, I guess it's fitting. It's we're in the Halloween season and everything, but Jesus Christ. For one, the lyrics were cringe as hell. The punk and metalcore, power punk, metalcore fusion of sounds here were god awful. The operatic and I guess orchestral kind of bits were tacky as hell and absolutely disgusting. And finally, the mix was complete fucking ass. The mix was awful. Like there were all of these elements and details in the instrumental, from the drumming to the orchestral bits to the vocal harmonies, and the guitar work, but it was all just smothered in this overly compressed, disgusting, I'm just going to just barrage you with shit type mix. And on top of it, like the really weird, again, light Yagami vocals were just a really huge turnoff. I don't get, I don't know, man. I enjoyed it. Well, if you did, I'm glad. I'm glad you fucked with it. I'm not at all. This is just not my vibe. This is just not my vibe at all. It's like everything good about My Chemical Romance, but done not good. I don't know. That's kind of like what it sounds like to me. But hey, if you mess with it, Ice Nine Kills, the new record is out now. Give it a listen. My lord, the vocals and lyrics on that are insipid. There's something like kind of hideously bitter about them. With the "You wanna be a big shot" narrative going on there. I know there were a lot of people saying it's commercial music, it's boomer music. I don't disagree hard, but ultimately, if you really kind of want to like get down to brass tacks with this just sounds like a bad extra to the latest Killers record. It just sounds like the Killers just giving us a really bad bonus song from their new record, and that's pretty much what it sounds like. Yeah, just sounds like a bad Killers extra. And that's not a diss against the new Killers record. The new Killers record is very good. This sounds like a song that they did for that album, and they heard it afterward, and they're like, "This sucks. Let's not put it on the record." Is kind of what this sounds like. But let's keep it moving. That's kind of a rough vocal performance from Chris Stapleton, and I don't know if anybody else like agrees with this, but like, did that not kind of sound like just a really bad alt-rock version of, at least at the start, in a bad alt-rock country combination of Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here"? Like, like I kind of got that vibe off of it immediately. It just sounded like a crappy version of that, but with like really awfully like overproduced guitar leads and Chris Stapleton just like doing way too freaking much vocally on top of it. I was waiting for Roger Waters to come in, but like it just didn't happen. Yeah. January 6th chorus. Stop it. Stop. It's not conservative music. Tom Morello is an anarchist hero, damn it. He's a bona fide commie, okay? Give Tom Morello his commie credentials, okay? Allowed Tom Morello to live, okay? He's a revolutionary of maybe not these times, but another time period. All right, let's continue. I appreciate Tom for this, honestly, because I feel like there is a point to what you were saying. Because I feel like Tom could accidentally make this music and then, pull in some January 6thers, and then radicalize them in the other direction. You know what I mean? There's potential for that, I think, possibly. Through this music, the power, don't underestimate the power of music, okay? I'm sorry, who is requesting this in chat over and over? This is awful. Bad lyrics, bad production, bad singing, like crappy guitar production. No, this was not. Stop. Don't do this. Don't do this. Like, you've been here for the past couple of hours. You see, chat is crazy. Chat is insane. You could do a lot of things in chat, okay? We mod, but you could get away with a lot in chat. But don't do this. Not this. This is barely allowed, okay? You're really like cruising for a bruising on this one, honestly. Someone in chat said, did he get disappointed by Coldplay yet? You can't be disappointed by something that you have absolutely no expectations for. None. Zero expectations. I cannot, no matter what happens on the Coldplay record, it cannot disappoint me. That is the one thing it cannot do. The only thing the Coldplay record can do is impress me, is surpass my expectations. That's all that it can do. That's all that it really can.